Let's break down this selective, aggressive plan that Stephen Jones was talking about. And granted, I like what he said collectively, but we got to understand that there are two sides to every situation. And the Cowboys collectively should have been doing this from the beginning. Let's listen.
Look at everything we can. We're going to be selectively aggressive. We obviously, there's things in this league you have to, you have certain amount of resources they allow you to have, and we'll look at that, but we're going to try to improve our football team. We're going to improve our football team.
There you go.
And we expect to have success next year.
No doubt. So that's Stephen Jones on the selectively aggressive approach to this particular situation. Now, I'm going to say this when we look at this. My guy D.A. Lee, he says this is what selectively aggressive will look like under Stephen Jones, and it could be the complete opposite. He talked about Jerry McCoy, Clinton Dix, Dontario Poe, Worleys of the worlds, Watkins and Bashams and Neals and KZ, and my favorite, say it with me, James Washington. Appreciate him. Freeman, and bringing back Zeke, and then of course Foot says Jerry McCoy. Stargazer also reported this right here, saying that, hey, the Amari Cooper, the Hankins, Gilly, they were also trades. And then, of course, Alden Smith and Everson Griffin, Dante Fowler, Eric Kendricks, and Malik Hooker on the free agent side. I can look at this and say, yeah, collectively, I get with what they are saying, and I understand what Stephen Jones is saying. But if we want to dance around in this, we should, that's the operative word, make sure that we do it the right way. And I'm not saying that the Cowboys should, week one of the free agency, go grab a player. No. I ain't saying that. But what I'm saying is that, yeah, with your selections, make sure that you pick the right one. And how do you know that? Well, this is one thing to make sure that if you're going to be a draft-heavy team, shout out to my guy, you go boy, because this is right here exactly how it should be broken down. Listen.
Every team misses on first-round picks from time to time. Every team misses on second- and third-round picks from time to time. There are busts in every single draft. But the good teams that are in the playoffs every year and that are competing for Super Bowls, they mitigate the risk of the draft with free agency. Right. If I get enough impact free agents, if I trade for enough impact free agents, I can draft freely. And when I get a bust or a few busts on my hand, because it's going to happen,
right?
It's 50-50 at best. I got proven talent in free agency via trades and signing guys. When you go 99% on the draft,
right?
If you have a bad draft or a poor draft, you're fucked.
He's telling the truth. And
we're going to look at everything we can. We're going to be selectively aggressive. We obviously, there's things in this league you have to, you have certain amount of resources they allow you to have, and we'll look at that, but we're going to try to improve our football team. We're going to improve our football team, and we expect to have success next year.
And this is Stephen Jones on apathy. Let's listen to him again on this part.
I want them to have emotion. Apathy is what you don't want. And certainly we understand the emotion involved, and we want our fans to love our team, and we also want them to have emotion when we don't deliver great results, which 7-10 is not acceptable from our viewpoint, and the lack of success in the postseason is certainly something that's frustrating for us as well, that we want to do something about.
No doubt. So, hey, I'm not going to take that away from him. He got every time and every moment to elevate this team from here to here, and the expectations. We're going to have to be able to give him the fullness of our wrath. We can't just say, okay, yeah, all of this lip service is cool. We can be optimistic. We can say, yeah, we take his word for it. But no, our job and our goal and our duty is to continue to pressure them boys into making sure that they get the right pieces in the building. Yeah, we are not settling for, say it with me, James Washington. And no offense to you, James, but we're not settling for that. The Ontario Poes of the world, right? We're trying to tell him, hey, when this free agency market open, you don't have to spend millions and millions and millions and millions upon millions and millions and millions of dollars on the biggest name. We're not looking for name game. We're looking for quality, of course. We're not even looking for the quantity, but we're looking for quality. And the Cowboys tend to wait and let this thing passes them by, and they say, well, we like our guys, and on top of that, we like to build through the draft. No, we got to make a real tangible move in this offseason if we're going to compete against those teams in the last 15 to 20 years of winning Super Bowls. They did it via free agency and as well as homegrown guys, plus draft and trade acquisition. All of those things, but primarily being key components during the offseason. The Cowboys, we don't operate that way, and that's what we've been yelling and telling everybody. Yes, and injury's part of the game. Yeah.
I'm not making, at the end of the day, no excuses. But, when you have the injuries we had, it's difficult. And so, you just, that makes it hard. And we're going to obviously look at everything we do in terms of, how we go about making this team better, how we improve the roster, and you always look for ways to improve, and that's what we're going to do.
No doubt. So that's him on ways to improve. Now, they did ask him about the Micah Parsons contract and where they stand with that. We can go into details on that particular aspect of it. I would say this. My thoughts on this would be, and let me just read out the transcript right here. And this is from my guy, John Machota, man. He's been doing a great job altogether. He says, Cowboys Executive Vice President Stephen Jones, when asked about getting Parsons' contract done sooner than later, there's always extenuating circumstances to these type of things. Every contract negotiation is different, right? And we'll see how Micah deal get done. Now, when they go into other details, I'm just going to say this. On the free agent, defensive tackle, Osa Odighi Ozua, we are certainly working on with him right now, working with his agent, have had productive talks. We'll see where we end up this week. My thoughts on this is you always prioritize your star players first. And I'm not saying that Osa is not as much of a start than Micah Parsons. And we already gave the analogy earlier today about it's like having Shaq and Kobe on your team and you say, hey, we're going to pay Rick Fox first or we're going to pay Derek Fisher first. No, you prioritize your priorities and you don't wait to the end of life of contract and you pay those boys earlier because you get lower on the deal. You don't hit the inflation cost or what have you. Now, granted, I would say this even with Osa, if you wanted him, you should have made moves to pay him last season opposed to waiting to the end of life of his contract. So now when we wait until we get a teaspoon of gas, now we're looking for the gas station. No, you should already have gas in your car. And the Cowboys continue to do these things backwards, and now all of a sudden, by their lack of sense of urgency on a deal, is now the rush situation of paying someone a little bit more than what you like to pay out of Osa. There's no defining area on this particular team where you can say, yeah, Osa is the best defensive tackle available that's on the market right now. No, but for us, yes, because we have no other defensive tackle. But you can by far say that Parsons is by far one of your best edge rushers in the National Football League. Now, granted, we will see how all of this work its way out. I'm of the belief that the Cowboys should consider looking at all of these things and these factors before the draft. Don't try to rush it now because of your lack of sense of urgency, because of your lack of ability to see down the line that this is where that player's skill set is at. And the Cowboys by far pay a high premium to guys that's on the team already because they wait to the last minute to approach these boys. And that shouldn't be the case nor the scenario. Neither here nor there. We'll be watching, but I don't want Micah Parsons to still be not paid before you get into this draft, right? Or be the reason why they use this, hey, we would like to bring in free agent guys, but we're working on this OSA deal, and we're getting a little resistant from Micah Parsons' camp, and we can't get anything done yet. No. Don't hit us with that. No. Don't hit us with that. No, just don't hit us with that. Don't hit us with that. We need to get things done now. DC for life, not for short. Post me your thoughts. Post me your concerns down below. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the Bass. Go Cowboys.